title of this writing is Follow Up. The Grasshopper showed up in a moment of pique one day and gave me a title for another book I'll never write. If you don't follow up, your lack of results will take you down. I have literally booked thousands of hotel meeting rooms and overnight guest rooms over the years in conjunction with my seminar business. My contact conversation with the hotel salesperson follows a checklist. I don't move on to the next item on the list until I have confirmation on the item we just discussed. It then gets a check mark. Call me anal, but I find my memory improves 100-fold when I write stuff down. We then exchanged signed documents via email or fax that confirmed the items on the checklist. How many times would you suspect that the items that painstakingly were gone over and agreed to verbally and in writing didn't happen? The answer is a lot. Side note, when I called those hotels back for future bookings, the people who failed to follow up generally were not there any longer. It is a demonstrated fact in my world that people don't follow up. I coined a phrase years ago that sums it up. Businesses don't run themselves. I found that in order to get what was agreed to, I have to follow up with those who don't. If this sounds like a rant, it is, but I know I'm having a powerless chat with the wind. The reality is we all have to follow up to get to what we agreed to. That goes for professional and personal relationships as well. How many of us were in set-it-and-forget-it relationships, and our failure to follow up led us down a road to separate paths? The numbers are staggering. The older I get, the less I agree to. Now, that doesn't mean I'm being disagreeable. It simply means that if I have an objection, I voice it up front rather than have it being something I quietly agree to but fail to follow up on later. Follow up is a fact of life. It's what turns agreed-to facts into fruition. If you aren't the leader in your own life, chances are you're following an unproductive lead and you aren't following up. Do some follow-up on your lack of follow-up and follow the pathway to more success. All the best, John.